Hi everyone, and welcome to Excell in Manufacturing. I'm Carlos Emidio, and I'm dang excited to be talking to you today about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, Total Productive Maintenance, or TPM for short. Now, TPM ain't some newfangled gizmo or software. It's a philosophy, a way of life for your entire operation. We're talking about getting everyone on board, from the folks on the factory floor to the bigwigs in the corner offices, all working together to squeeze every ounce of productivity out of their equipment. Think of it like this. TPM is like giving your machines a spa day every day. And just like a little TLC can do wonders for your well-being, TPM can work wonders for your business. So let's kick things off with a real-life example, and trust me, this one's a doozy. You ever heard of a little old car company called Toyota? Yeah, the folks who practically invented efficiency. Well, back in the day they were having a heck of a time with equipment breakdowns. Machines were down more often than a rodeo clown, and it was costing them a fortune.
That's when we decided to roll up our sleeves and get down and dirty with TPM. We started by empowering our operators to be the first line of defense against downtime. See, nobody knows the machine better than the folks who use it every day, right? So we trained them up on the ins and outs of maintenance, gave them the tools and authority to fix minor issues on the spot, and encouraged them to speak up about any potential problems. And let me tell you, it worked like a charm.
By focusing on preventive maintenance and continuous improvement, Toyota managed to reduce their equipment breakdowns by a whopping 70%. That's right, 70%. And to top it off, their productivity shot up by 30%. Now that's what I call a win-win. But the real beauty of TPM is that it ain't just for big-time manufacturers like Toyota. It's a scalable system that can benefit businesses of all shapes and sizes. So, whether you're running a small machine shop or a massive production facility, TPM can help you squeeze more value out of your equipment and boost your bottom line. Now let's shift gears and talk about another automotive giant that's seen incredible results with TPM: Nissan. Y'all know Nissan, right? Makers of fine automobiles like the Altima, the Maxima, and my personal favorite, the Z. Well, just like Toyota, Nissan was looking for a way to rev up their efficiency and leave their competition in the dust. And guess what? TPM came knocking on their door like a mechanic with a magic wrench. Now, one of the key areas where Nissan focused their TPM efforts was on reducing machine downtime. See, every minute a machine is down, it's costing you money. It's like having a racehorse stuck in the stable when it should be out there winning the Kentucky Derby. So Nissan got to work implementing a rigorous system of preventive maintenance, condition monitoring, and early problem detection. They trained their operators to be the eyes and ears of the factory floor, looking out for any signs of wear and tear, and they empowered them to take immediate action to prevent small issues from turning into major headaches. And the results? Well, they speak for themselves. Nissan achieved a jaw-dropping 50% reduction in machine downtime. That's like doubling the size of your stable without buying a single new horse. And as if that wasn't enough, their production efficiency soared by a remarkable 20%. Now that's what I call horsepower. Alright folks, let's move on from the world of cars and trucks for a spell and talk about a company that knows a thing or two about keeping things clean. Procter & Gamble. You know them, you love them. They make everything from Tide detergent to Crest toothpaste to Gillette razors. Now P&G is a company that prides itself on efficiency. I mean, when you're churning out millions of products every day, you gotta make sure your operations are running like a well-oiled machine, right? But even a company as well-oiled as P&G can benefit from a little TPM tune-up. So, they decided to roll up their sleeves and tackle one of the biggest drains on any manufacturing operation: maintenance costs. See, maintenance is one of those necessary evils, kinda like paying taxes or getting a root canal. You know you gotta do it, but it ain't exactly something you look forward to. But here's the thing. With TPM, you can actually reduce your maintenance costs without sacrificing the health of your equipment. In fact, you can actually improve the longevity of your machines by implementing a proactive maintenance strategy, and that's exactly what P&G did. They shifted their focus from reactive maintenance, which is basically just fixing things as they break, to preventive maintenance, which is all about identifying potential problems before they occur and taking steps to prevent them. Think of it like going to the doctor for a checkup instead of waiting till you're on death's door to seek medical attention. The results? Well, P&G managed to slash their maintenance costs by a whopping 30%. That's like getting a third off your next grocery bill. Only instead of buying groceries, you're investing in the long-term health of your business. And to top it off, their equipment uptime increased by a solid 25%. which means their machines were spending more time producing products and less time gathering dust. All right, folks, let's grab a snack and talk about a company that knows a thing or two about delicious treats, Nestle. From chocolate bars to coffee to bottled water, Nestle's got something to satisfy every craving. But behind every Kit Kat and every Nespresso capsule is a complex manufacturing process that relies on, you guessed it, efficient and reliable equipment. And when it comes to keeping those machines humming along, Nestle's got a secret weapon, TPM.
Now, Nestle's TPM journey began with a simple goal: improve their overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE for short. OEE is kinda like the gold standard for measuring how well your equipment is performing. It takes into account things like availability, performance, and quality, and gives you a clear picture of how much value you're getting out of your machines.
So, Nestle set out to boost their OEE by implementing a holistic TPM program that involved everyone from the factory floor to the top floor. They started by empowering their operators to take ownership of their equipment, training them on basic maintenance tasks, and encouraging them to identify and report any potential problems.
They also implemented a system of autonomous maintenance, which basically means giving operators the responsibility for performing routine maintenance tasks on their own machines. Now, this might sound like a recipe for disaster, but trust me, when done right, it's a recipe for success.
And the proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Nestle's OEE shot up by an impressive 15%. That's like adding an extra hour to your workday, only instead of working more, your machines are just working smarter. And to top it off, they managed to reduce their unscheduled downtime by a whopping 40%. That's like saying goodbye to those pesky Monday morning blues, only instead of your mood, it's your machines that are feeling chipper and ready to go. Now let's talk about a company that's known for its innovative products and its commitment to operational excellence. 3M, from Post-it notes to Scotch tape to industrial adhesives. 3M's got a product for just about every need. But behind every sticky note and every roll of tape is a complex manufacturing process that relies on, you guessed it, reliable and efficient equipment. And 3M knows that in order to stay ahead of the competition, they need to squeeze every ounce of productivity out of their machines. That's where TPM comes in. Now, 3M's TPM journey started with a focus on reducing production lead times. See, in today's fast-paced business environment, speed is everything. Customers want their products yesterday, and if you can't deliver, they'll find someone who can. So 3M set out to streamline their operations and eliminate any bottlenecks that were slowing them down. They started by implementing a system of visual management, which basically means making it easy for everyone to see what's going on in the factory. They used things like Kanban boards, and-on lights, and other visual cues to track production progress, identify potential problems, and keep everyone on the same page. They also implemented a system of standardized work, which means defining the best way to perform each task and then training everyone to do it that way. Now, this might sound kind of boring and restrictive, but trust me, when everyone's on the same page and following the same procedures, things tend to run a whole lot smoother. And the results? Well, 3M managed to reduce their production lead times by a remarkable 20%. That's like shortening your commute by a third, only instead of spending less time in traffic, you're getting products into your customers' hands faster. And to top it off, their productivity increased by a solid 25%, which means they were producing more products with the same amount of resources. All right, folks, let's wrap things up with a company that's no stranger to efficiency, Unilever. From Dove soap to Lipton tea to Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Unilever's got a product for just about every household need. But behind every bar of soap and every pint of ice cream is a complex manufacturing process that relies on, you guessed it, reliable and efficient equipment. And Unilever knows that in order to stay competitive in today's global marketplace, they need to squeeze every ounce of value out of their operations.
Now, one of the key areas where Unilever focused their TPM efforts was on reducing maintenance costs. See, maintenance is one of those things that can really eat into your profits if you're not careful. It's like a leaky faucet, a little drip here, a little drip there, and before you know it, you're looking at a hefty water bill. So, Unilever set out to plug those leaks and reduce their maintenance expenses without sacrificing the health of their equipment. They started by implementing a system of preventive maintenance, which, as we've learned, is all about identifying potential problems before they occur and taking steps to prevent them. Think of it like changing the oil in your car regularly, instead of waiting for the engine to seize up. They also implemented a system of condition-based maintenance, which means using sensors and other monitoring equipment to track the health of their machines and only performing maintenance when it's actually needed. Think of it like going to the doctor when you're sick, instead of just taking a bunch of pills and hoping for the best. The results? Well, Unilever managed to reduce their maintenance costs by a whopping 35%. That's like getting a free tank of gas every time you fill up. Only instead of saving money on gas, you're saving money on keeping your equipment running smoothly. And to top it off, their product quality improved by a solid 20%, which means they were producing higher quality products with fewer defects.
Now, we've talked a lot about the numbers, the data, the bottom line, and don't get me wrong, those things are important. But at the end of the day, TPM is really about people. It's about empowering your employees, giving them a sense of ownership, and creating a culture of continuous improvement. So, I want to leave you with some words from the folks who know TPM best, the people who do the work day in and day out. These are the folks who've seen firsthand how TPM can transform a workplace, not just by making it more efficient, but by making it a more rewarding and fulfilling place to be.
Before TPM, I felt like I was just another cog in the machine. I came in, did my job, and went home. But now, I feel like I'm part of something bigger. I have a voice. I have the power to make a difference, and I'm proud of the work we do here.
TPM has made my job so much easier. Instead of running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to fix things as they break, I can actually focus on preventing problems before they occur. It's less stressful, it's more efficient, and it's more rewarding. These are just two examples of the countless stories I've heard from folks whose lives have been touched by TPM. And it just goes to show that when you invest in your people, when you give them the tools and the training they need to succeed, the results can be truly amazing.
So, there you have it, folks. The power of total productive maintenance. It's not just about fixing machines, it's about building a culture of ownership, pride, and continuous improvement. TPM is a win-win strategy that benefits companies with increased efficiency and cost savings, while employees gain a sense of ownership and pride in their work. It's about working smarter, not harder. And it's about unleashing the full potential of your people and your equipment. If you're looking to unlock the full potential of your organization, consider implementing TPM. It's one of the best investments you can make in the future of your business. Thanks for joining us today. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts on TPM. Have you had any experience with TPM in your workplace? Let's get this conversation started.